At this point, Hollywood isn't confused. They know exactly what fans want. They just don't care. Because every time they get handed a perfect blueprint, they decide to fix it. And somehow, it always gets worse. G'day viewers and welcome to the Hollywood Menace. So HBO announces a Harry Potter reboot and casts Papa Essidou as Severus Snape, and instantly debate everywhere. Now let's cut through the noise. This isn't about whether he's a good actor, this is about the character. Because Snape, written by J.K. Rowling, is one of the most visually specific characters ever created. Pale, sallow, greasy, unsettling. The look isn't random, it's part of the storytelling. And in the films, Alan Rickman didn't just play him, he defined him. They had a Michelin star recipe and decided to microwave it. But viewers, here's the question nobody in Hollywood will answer honestly. Why? What does this change actually improve? Not change, not update, improve. Because if the answer is, it really doesn't matter, then why touch it at all? And if the answer is it sends a message, then the story isn't the priority anymore, and audiences can feel that instantly. If your creative decision needs explaining, it's already in trouble, because great storytelling explains itself. And here's where it stops being a debate and starts really becoming a problem. Snape is supposed to feel intimidating, uncomfortable. Harry actually mistrusts him almost immediately based on how he looks, judges him. That dynamic is built into the story. It's part of the emotional engine that drives the early books. Now change the visual identity of that character, and whether you intended it or not, the subtext shifts. So what's the plan? Do you rewrite those dynamics? Do you tone them down? Or do you leave them in and hope nobody notices the change? Because storytelling doesn't work like that, boys and girls. You don't just swap pieces and expect everything else to stay the same. You pull on one thread, the whole sweater unravels. And if this feels familiar, it should. Because this isn't just about Harry Potter. This keeps happening in Hollywood. We saw it with Cleopatra, a portrayal that sparked massive backlash and even pushback from Egypt over how it was depicted. We saw it with Anne Boleyn, another real historical figure, reinterpreted in a way that pulled people out of the story. We saw it with Rings of Power, huge budget, massive IP, and a divided audience from day one. Now, viewers, at some point, it stops being a coincidence and starts looking like a pattern. And then you get decisions like, let's put boobs on the Silver Surfer. Brilliant. That's the creative breakthrough. One of the most iconic cosmic characters ever created. And that's what we're doing with it. Hollywood doesn't elevate characters anymore. It experiments on them. And here's the uncomfortable question that keeps coming up. If accuracy doesn't matter, if the look, the history, the established identity of a character really isn't important, then where does that logic stop? Now, this is a double standard we've been dealing with in Hollywood for quite some time. Would it be okay if I cast Brad Pitt to star as Malcolm X, or Leo DiCaprio to play Martin Luther King Jr., or Sydney Sweeney to be the new Black Panther?
What?
I think these ideas would rightfully be mocked, ridiculed, and labeled as ridiculous and racist. But it's okay the other direction, apparently. And if you speak up about it, you are considered a racist. Because people notice when rules aren't applied evenly. And once that consistency goes, trust goes with it. Now, here's the part studios really don't want to hear. Fans aren't just arguing anymore. They're leaving. They're checking out quietly. No outrage, no big dramatic backlash, just gone. And that's even worse because outrage still drives engagement. Apathy kills it. Fans didn't abandon Hollywood. Hollywood abandoned them first. And you can only tell people they're wrong about the things that they love for so long before they stop listening altogether. This isn't backlash anymore, it's burnout. And here's where it's getting really interesting, because Hollywood isn't the only game in town anymore. AI tools are exploding. Indie creators are getting better by the month. Fans are building their own stories, their own worlds, their own versions of the things they love, without studios, gatekeepers, or someone stepping in and fixing everything. Hollywood used to own storytelling. Now it's competing with people working from their bedrooms. You don't need $1 billion budget anymore. You need a good idea and the ability to execute it. That's it. So, viewers, let me ask you something. When was the last time Hollywood actually earned your excitement? Not nostalgia, not a reboot, not, yeah, remember this. Something new, something that made you think, yeah, this is why I watch this stuff. Because right now, it feels like we're watching the same cycle on repeat. Take something people love, change it, argue with the audience, act surprised when it struggles, and do it all over again. This isn't just about Harry Potter. This is about an industry that's forgotten how to create something new and is stuck trying to correct everything that came before it. And if that doesn't change soon, they're not just going to lose fans, they're going to lose relevance. Now, to be fair, this isn't unsolvable. Hollywood can fix this, but it requires something they clearly don't like doing anymore: restraint. Respecting the source material, not inspired by, not reimagined. Respect it. Because the reason these stories exist in the first place is because people already love them. Stop fixing what isn't broken. Harry Potter didn't need reinventing, it needed precision. Hire people who actually care about the material, not people trying to leave their mark on it, people trying to get it right. And if you want full creative freedom, then build something new. Create original stories, new worlds, new characters. Make them so good that people can't ignore them. Because audiences don't reject new ideas, they reject lazy ones. Hollywood doesn't need saving. It just needs to remember why it worked in the first place. Because if they don't, it's simple. AI creators, indie storytellers, passionate fans with better tools than ever before. They're not waiting anymore. They're building their own future. And once that shift fully happens, Hollywood won't be leading, it'll be catching up. This is the Hollywood Menace. Thanks for stopping by and listening. Until next time, ta-ta and farewell.